Hey guys, so yeah, I wanted to make a video about the IOIs. Not this week, because so far tonight nothing much happened, but I thought I would make one on them because I just enjoy talking about it. It's about the only thing I'm able to talk about. I thought about making a separate channel of these, and just talk about them in another channel and leave this for the benzo withdrawal. That's what I need to do. Because the benzo withdrawal just ain't going to go away anytime soon, and I need to keep this channel really about that. That's why I called it, Zoloft Sucks, but it's pretty terrible. The reason I go downtown mainly, oh sure, I enjoy the IOIs from girls, that I get from, but a lot of it too is because when I go there, for some reason my symptoms are just not as bad. And I seem to, in some kind of weird way, be almost symptom-free. I'm not really symptom-free, but almost am. It's just like it just doesn't bother me as much. And it's just fun to go down there. So that's one reason I go down there. Even if women pay no attention to me at all, that's not, I'd still probably go because it just helps get out of the house. There's nothing much to do because, number one, COVID's still kind of bad, but at least businesses are opening back up, so I can go into a few fast food restaurants again. They don't seem to bother me as much going in and eating in those, but for some reason going into the mall, it bothers me here. Walmart really affects me. My symptoms, it makes them worse, and I'm bad for a day or two. Oh God, it's just brutally rough. But so I hadn't been in them in a long time, and that used to be places you could go for IOIs and stuff. But I'm just not able to go in there. But I think I can go into some of the fast food places now that they're letting people eat inside again. So I'm gonna go into those. I hadn't been going because they were closed, but now they've opened them back up, so I may start trying to do that. But yeah, other than that, the only thing I've been able to do is on the weekends go to the bars and the clubs. That's it. And the bowling alley. Our local bowling alley is not too bad. I've been able to go there on and off. And it can be a good place for IOIs. There hasn't been nobody much going there because during the summertime, people just don't go over there. So, I don't know why, they just don't. And, it's pretty thin over there, but when a lot of people go over there, it can be a place of kind of dating and courtship, so you get a lot of women, coming over there with their boyfriends, or women just coming by themselves, stuff like that. But, yeah, so getting to the IOIs last week, it was the last night of what they call the WC Handy Festival. If you don't know what that is, go to YouTube, go to Wikipedia and just type in W.C. Handy, and you'll find WC Handy Week. He was a musician that lived here long ago, 1930s, moved to New York City and became a famous blues musician, and now they do a week for him. They didn't do it last year, but they did a week for him, and it used to be just jazz music, but now they just pretty much put anything on. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's not really what it used to be, but it is a place where a lot of people gather. A lot of girls come by, and a lot of people come, and we'll see if tomorrow night more people will be there. But last week, it was really packed for the 2 nights, and I had 2 good nights. A lot of IOIs. I got one IOI from like a woman that she was no Stacy. She was not even a Stacy Light. Probably barely she wasn't even a Becky. I'd say she's lower tier. She was post-wall. Probably about a 4 in looks, maybe. She might actually be lower than that. But I'd give her at least a 4, and she came up and she started rubbing me, and I was like, oh shoot, because I didn't really feel like doing anything, but I felt better at that time. And I was smiling like, hey, And I didn't say anything. I just kind of stood there because she was with some guys, and I just didn't know what to do because I thought, man, I don't know. I don't want to get in no fight with anybody, and because obviously I'm not able to do that. I'd get killed, and with the benzo withdrawal, who knows what would happen to my body. But yeah, she she started rubbing me, and she came back later on, and she kind of rubbed her butt up against me, you know. And then a little bit later on, this woman, once again, I'd give her about a 4, maybe a 5. I don't know if I'd even give her that high, but she was dancing, and she was kind of backing up, and I was standing there, and she backed into me, and she looked, gave me a big smile, and she kind of rubbed up against me. That was kind of fun. Then I left, and I walked up further in the bar, and I walked up through there, and this woman was there, once again, not real attractive this time. Like I said, these were not very attractive women. And most of these they weren't young women. This one wasn't as old, probably late 20s, if I had to guess. And she was with her boyfriend, and I thought they were making fun of me at first. And they were kind of, ooh, yeah, you know. And then all of a sudden, she just kept fixing her hair, and she kept staring at me. And he looked like he wasn't mad at first, and then he kind of looked at me, and I thought, I'd better get out of there. And I kind of winked at her, and she kind of smiled real big, and she didn't look at him, and she was just looking at me as I walked away, and that was kind of fun, you know. But it was funny. Then I walked to the back, and there's this girl that comes in there. When you're underage, like if you're under 21 and you come in there, they'll mark you with an X. And I guess so you don't drink. You know, you don't, and you know, man or girl, you know, you don't drink. And she, from what I can tell, is about 18 or 19. You know, I think you have to be 18 to get in there, but people use fake IDs all the time in there. But she came in, and she comes quite a bit. You know, of course, guys are hitting on her, and she loves dancing. She likes to dance. Pretty girl. I'd give her about a 7, 6 or a 7. I'd definitely give her that. Because, I mean, you'd take it. Like I said, she's probably about 18 or 19 years old. And I'm standing, you know, I'm sitting there, and I'm not sitting, I'm walking towards where she was. It's near where the stage is. And there was no band playing at the time, so you could hear her a little better, like, without speaking up. And I walked by, and boy, she was talking to her girl, and boy, she really started fixing her hair, like really fixing it. And I thought, whoa, that's for me? You know, and I stood there, and a few times throughout the night, she would dance and come near my area. She never said anything, but she would dance like, you know, almost like she needed the room, right? You know, she was making it like, you know, I need the room to dance. You know, that's why I'm coming back here, because I was near the back. And I think that was for me. Because she would stay there, and then finally she looked at me once, and then she walked away. And I think that was partly what that was. But yeah, I had these other 2 girls. Now one was she was definitely a 7, definitely a 7, and the other one 6. I'd give her 6. I mean, you definitely take it, you know. And the 6 kept looking at me, just kept turning around, looking right at me the whole time. I mean, just kept. I'd look over, boy, she'd whirl back around. You know, she was looking, and her friend kind of looked at me and was smiling, and it was fun, you know. And then they walked past me after it was time to go, and the friend that was a 7, she walked by me, and she was smiling real big, you know, and that was really flattering. And I mean, I know these ain't the most exciting stories. You'd have to see them, you know, and I mean, it's not much, because it's funny that, and I'm going to prove this in a minute, or maybe prove this. You know, people say, oh, you know, the Stacy and the Chad, you know, the Stacy. If you're Chad, you know, she's going to run up and hit on you, and I guess basically beg you to make love to her. And like I said, I'm not a Chad. I'm a Chad Light, if I'm anything. Chad Light, maybe a higher tier normie. If I lost the weight, I'd definitely be a Chad Light. If I could muscle up, and lose the weight, oh yeah, I'd be a Chad Light at least. But I'm so overweight and too short, so I can't be that. But I do think I'm close to a Chad Light. And there was a girl that I kind of like her. She's tall, for a girl, and she has blonde hair, and she's not a 10 in the face, but her body is whoa, And she was with this guy. I had seen her before and kind of thought she was doing the hair stuff and the, kind of looking at me and everything. And she was with this guy. Now, to show you how odd this is, and I could be wrong about this one, so don't put this one in the bank. I mean, I could be wrong about this one, but she was standing there, and I'm standing there talking to a friend of mine, a guy, and we're just standing there shooting the breeze about sports and everything, and she's there with him, and he's really hitting on her. He's the typical bad boy. I didn't think he was that great looking a guy, but he was definitely a jerk. About as tall as her, and he's kissing on her, and he was kissing her. Not all the time, but definitely, he's trying to get her home, right? And he's talking to her, and he's flirting with her, and she just kept fixing her hair, and, was really nervous, right? And I'm thinking it's because it's him, so I didn't think nothing about it. I thought, well, that's because she's with him. He's got her flustered because she's so attracted to him, blah, 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 And she was there with a friend, and of course the guys were hitting on him, and then what's funny is they walk away from finally where I was. And she's still with him and never was touching her hair. Never. I mean, they were still there, and he was still not groping her as much, but he was definitely, he's still trying to get her out of there, And he's talking to her and touching her and everything, and she is not flipping her hair at all. Not touching it. And I just kind of wondered, was that for me? I could be wrong on that one, But I just thought, was that for me, And, I had fun. I definitely had fun that night. And, it was funny tonight. Oh yeah, I got one more I could mention that last week. Girls were sitting there. These were young girls. And they were new. I'd never seen them there. And I could hear them talking a little bit. It's hard in there because the music's just, And one of them, I knew she kept looking at me. And I was kind of looking, and then I noticed her friend looked at me too, and she kind of leaned over because you have to see where the tables are. I'm standing, and they're kind of about, I could probably touch them in the back of the head. I'm that close. And she looks back at me, and she leans over to her friend, and I know they were saying something about me because they looked back, and I saw the friend look and go, oh yeah, she went, he's hot, like that, and I thought, wow, that made me feel good. And, it makes me feel good, man, because that's all I get. That's it, man. And it just makes you feel good to feel desired when you have nothing else in your life. Nothing. And here's the thing. And this is what really gets me. Guys, this is going to be so hard for me because I noticed that Face and LMS, his YouTube channel, he has a severe shyness problem, which I do too. I definitely have that love shyness that they talk about. I definitely have that. And I think he does too, and he talks about that's why he doesn't hang out with people much, and he said he really suffered with women, because of that problem. And, of course, I do too. And he said he used to drink. Not a lot, but he would drink a little bit just to come online and do his videos. But it made it hard if he talked to anybody. Like a debate or anything, because he's drunk, And it was interesting, I felt for him. And I have that same issue, and here's the problem in the bar and club. It's a tough place to pick up women. And it's even tougher if you're not drunk. Not that I want to be, I don't want to be plastered, I have no interest in that. But I would like to be able to drink a few so I'd be loosened up, but I can't because of the benzo withdrawal. I would need at least 3 or 4 to lose that. See, I can't drink it. It would destroy my nervous system because it works exactly like alcohol in the body. It's so rough, you know. And I'm trying, man, and I'm doing the best I can, but God, it's just so hard, man. Tonight, there was nobody at the bar that I go to, so I walked up to the other one that I can't go in because you can't wear sandals or whatever the hell. And see, I can't wear shoes. That's another benzo problem. If I could wear shoes, I could go in there. But anyway, I'm standing there, you know, and I'm looking at the girls, and you know they're all wearing their shorts, and these were young girls, and that one girl, she was a Stacy. Oof, baby, you know, she's an 8 to a 9. She's close. She's close to a 10. I mean, she's one of them that you look at and you're thinking, oh man, you know, even in an evil way, you know, one night with her is, you know, one night with her would make my life 50% better. And that, you know, that's the tough part. But yeah, I couldn't go in there, so I couldn't talk to her. And I waited outside. I wanted to see if she'd come out. You know, because it's warm weather, you can wait outside. I never saw her come out, so I don't know where she went. I don't know if there was a back entrance, but I never saw her, so I left. And, yeah, that's about all I wanted to talk about with the IOIs. It was, hopefully things will be better tonight. But, yeah, my symptoms are pretty bad right now. I'm just going to try to get off here and go relax, but, take care, guys. Have a good one. And like I said, I mean, I enjoy doing these because it helps. And I'm probably going to start a whole YouTube channel just talking about the IOIs. I don't want to put any more on this channel, but I'm hanging in there. Just wish me luck, guys. It's a long road. I'm hanging in there the best I can. Maybe one day I'll be well and free, but doesn't look like it for a long time. If I don't make videos for a long time, guys, don't worry about me. I'm okay. I'm just not able because of these symptoms. I mean, my symptoms are so bad right now. I'm gonna have to get off here and just go relax. But take care, guys. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.